My name is Theo. I'm a storyteller and aspiring author, and normally I do a series where I write my commenters as if they were characters in my upcoming story, Glassheart. I didn't do that today. It's been kind of a rough day for me. October of last year, I lost my grandmother, who was a beacon of light in a crappy childhood. And today would have been her birthday. So, one of the things that I remember about my grandmother, one of the things I liked about my grandmother is that she didn't like the, go out and buy a gift kind of thing. She liked it when I made something for her, or I played a song on the violin for her, or I made her a meal. And she passed away before I even started doing TikTok and started really seriously getting into my writing. She was one of the only people that was so proud of me when I was like, I'm gonna be an author, I'm gonna write a story. One of those grandmothers that tells everybody how proud she is of her grandson. So, in honor of her birthday, I wrote her as a character in my story. Let's just get started. Nana, you spent your life in service to your Lord Elio, the binder of flame. He is the only electee that shows compassion for the humans. The path of the spark is a life of servitude through passion, and you devote yourself to the monastery looking after the orphans. Every night you sit down in your rocking chair and you sing to the children until they fall asleep. Third Sister is a dangerous place and the world is unfair, but you want to prepare your children as best as you can. As well as your daily prayers and chores, you take them out day to day to teach them about music, dancing, and how to defend themselves. You show them how to fight and how to win at fights. Growing up an orphan yourself, you understand the importance of fighting back and protecting what's important. The children love you even though they fear you a little bit. You have chased down your fair share of naughty children, like the time one of the youngins stepped into a bucket of paint and ran through the monastery. You weren't the best cook, but you made sure that there was never empty bellies, and really, who could ask for more? The children come first for you, and you would do anything to protect them. When shims were sparse, you would venture out into the city to perform odd jobs, no matter what it takes. You are a hard worker and you are resourceful. But it isn't all hard work and prayers. On your days off, you take trips up to Second Sister. There you enjoy shows, go to restaurants, and you get to enjoy the city that Elio built. As the sun sets onto the city, you look back on your life. You've had hardships, heartbreak, love, joy, regret, and kindness. You lived a long and happy life surrounded by friends and people that care about you very deeply. You are loved, and no one will ever forget you. Thank you for listening, if you made it this far. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys are having a great night. Bye. I did. And I did. Welcome to my series where I write my commenters as if they were characters in my upcoming story, Glassheart. Kat, I took a look at your profile. This is what I wrote for you. I hope you enjoy. The only known way for an electee to bind themselves to a spirit is to be born with that bond. The last to do so in Dolrim was the Dreamweaver Manasa over half a millennia ago. There is no greater honor for one of the electee to produce the fourth binder. You were once a candidate. Everything seemed to be aligned. You were going to be born as the fourth binder and rule the city. Unfortunately, the bond was never made. You came into this world happy, beautiful, and healthy, just without a bond, without a spirit, without power. Something you haven't been allowed to forget for the last 300 years. You do everything to be a respected electee. You attend court, you get a higher education, you become a doctor. Your body is a tapestry of glyphs to convey strength and power. The perfect electee. This isn't enough. All anyone cares about is what you could have been and what you're clearly not. Then you meet your mate. He is charming, respectful. He praises your accomplishments. For once your family approves of something that you're involved in, you're the happiest you've been in centuries. But you start to notice that he's going behind closed doors with your family. They assure you it's nothing but business, but something seems off, seems wrong. Unlike other electees, you have glyphs from all three binders. You decide to investigate yourself, and with the Kofa glyph, you sneak into his room while he sleeps. After that, it's a simple matter to enter his dreams with the Spidigere glyph. There, you discovered that he didn't care for you. You were just a pawn in your family's plan to make another attempt at creating the fourth binder. Betrayed, you use your powers to lock your mate in his dreams, an eternal sleep. Fed up with everyone looking down on you for something it wasn't even your fault. You decide to take power for yourself. The people of First Sister want a new queen, well, they're going to get one, whether they like it or not. So what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? I'd love to hear about it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to write one about you, please let me know down in the comments below, and also don't forget to follow. You guys have a fantastic night, and I'll see you in the next one. Well, I hope you enjoyed the character I wrote for you. Welcome to my series where I write my commenters as if they were characters in my upcoming story, Glassheart. Even though I took a look at your profile, this is what I have for you. I hope you enjoy it. Life as a member of the Jags is a bloody one. It seems that each day there's a new fight. Territory wars, assassinations, extortion, violence on the common citizen, and for what? The scraps of First and Second Sister? It seems nowadays the only thing that keeps the phantoms at bay is the drink. There has to be something going on outside of gang life, but no one leaves the Jags alive. Where will you go? What would you do? Dolrim is a shithole, but it is your home. It was after a particularly bloody battle that you've lost some good people, and you had to tell their families that they weren't going to be coming home. The look of pain in their face was just too much. The reeds that broke the punga, the final stack. The desert couldn't be worse than this. At night, you just left, leaving everything behind but the clothes on your back and the shims you've had stashed away. You knew they raised canards in the foothills, so that's where you headed. Luckily, there was a caravan heading there for market, so you hitched a ride. You kept to yourself, kept your head down, not wanting to be involved, but one of the passengers caught your eye. They don't seem to be put off by your cold shoulder, and so they try anything to get you to crack a smile, telling jokes, singing songs. It isn't long before a smile does crack your face. They're from the hills, living a life as a canard handler, and if you come visit them at the ranch, they promise to show you the best birds. But the canards are going to have to wait, for once the caravan gets to the hills, the caravan leader discovers their partner is missing. You don't know why, but you offer to help. You go with them. You guys find him stranded on a small rock outcropping in the middle of the desert. The canards he was chasing now are worm food. If you will, place shots from your fire glyphs, help distract the worms long enough for you to get the man out, and then you all just hightail it out of there. Back at the ranch, folks are glad that you came along and ask you to stay for a bit. Help out. Get a little bit of work done. Be part of the community. You know the Jags are still going to be coming after you. But what will you do? So, what will you do? I'm interested to know. And I hope you liked it. If you'd like me to write one about you, please let me know down in the comments below. I enjoy each and every one of them, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. We can always use an extra bit of crazy in our lives. Welcome to my series where I write my commenters as if they were characters in my upcoming story, Glassheart. Unicorn, I took a look at your profile. This is what I wrote for you. I hope you like it. Even by the standards of Third Sister, your family was poor. Both parents barely able to put food on the table for 2, let alone 3 people. It was a rough childhood to say the least. The only bright point was the charcoal drawings you made on the buildings around your part of town. You love to draw the little flowers that grow in between the cracks of the streets. You have a real talent, one that does not go unnoticed. Morning, your parents wake you up, both with tears in their eyes. They dress you in your best outfit and leave your home for what will be for you the last time. They take you up to Second Sister. You've never been there before and are excited for the trip. They take you into many shops, showing off some of your pictures that they had put on paper to the Kothor. At the last stop, the Kothor owner gives you some paper and some colored oil sticks and asks you to draw a picture. Satisfied with your work, he agrees to take you in. Your parents say their goodbyes, hoping that you will have a better life than the one that they could ever give you. Your job involves making accurate sketches of plants as reference for his sculptures. That means spending time with the Hobbs, and that scares you. Growing up, you heard stories of the Hobbs leaving the grove to punish bad children, turning them into trees. They have to be monsters. They can't use glyphs, they don't speak the common language, they have no culture. Praise the spark the electee keep them under control. Then you spend time with them, 10 years, and you see who they really are. No, they can't use glyphs, but their magic is some of the most beautiful you've ever seen. And they don't speak your language, but they have their own language and a wonderful culture of working together for the benefit of all hobbs. The only story that seems true is the electi control them. They are owned by them, traded away, and they send their young into slavery for the electi. Only one of the hobbs, a papermaker you buy from, started to write letters about the mistreatment of her people and wishes to educate both Thor and human alike on who the hobbs actually are. She trusts you and has asked for your help. She knows that this may put your job and your life at risk, but something needs to be done. So what will you do? Unicorn? I'd love to know. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like me to write one about you, please let me know down in the comments below. I enjoy each and every one of them, and don't forget to follow. See you in the next one.